Now is brought to you by Goodies headache powders and tablets. Goodies when you work for a living. By Maxwell House Coffee, always good to the last drop. And by the Discover Card, the credit card that offers a wide range of financial services. Live from Music City, USA. It's Nashville Now. Our guests tonight are rock and roll greats Glen, Stetson, and the Diamonds, Lou Christie, Tommy Sands, the Dixie Cups, and the Rockin' Robin Band. And now, live from Opryland, USA, here's the host of Nashville Now, Ralph Hillary.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much. I often wondered if they would applaud, if we didn't turn the applause signs on. You know, we don't take any chances. We have two applause signs up here that you can't see at home, but they flash on and on as we start the show. Well, where do I begin? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nashville Now, but mostly then, because tonight we're going to salute that unforgettable era, the golden era of rock and roll. I believe it was one of the nights that you hosted, Gary, that you had a mystery guest that came from the audience that came to the couch, right? Well, in keeping with that, our writing staff, Robert, has decided to do this again. So from our studio audience, I believe at the top of the show, come over here, Gary. At the top of the show, you ask the ladies a question about who was a teen queen back during the rock and roll era.
Actually, I didn't, but I probably should have. Somebody else did that. I think that was the question they asked.
And they filled out cards, and
Right.
they've selected somebody who says that they would make a good teen queen, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Now, and I believe that person is going to come to the couch with us and stay during the whole show, right? And they'll get a chance to, this lady, Robert has written this beautiful line, I have to read it. This lady will get the chance of a lifetime to plant her assets on the now famous Nashville Now couch and sleep sofa. Seen here on your television screens, stylistically being demonstrated by our very own Donna and Jenna. Oh, Donna, eat your heart out. And now a drum roll, if you will, please. Nashville Now presents our Back to the Future teen queen, Marian Fennell. Where are you, Marian? Queen Marian. Hi, Marian. Come over here. How are you?
I'm a little shy.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm perfect. I'm a little
Did
shy.
you want to be a teen queen?
Of course I did.
Okay, all right. Queen Marian. I now crown you Queen Marian. Now you have a crown.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Nashville.
Are you really? Are you a rodder, a street rodder?
I'm affiliated with him, but I'm not married to him, so I can't be a member.
I'm not real sure what that means. You mean if you are married to one of the members of the Hot Rod Club,
You're automatically a member.
Okay.
But if you don't own your own car and you're not married, you're not a member.
Okay, you're on the perimeter.
No, I'm buying me a car.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, Queenie,
Yes, sir?
are you aware that we have some cue cards for you to read?
No, sir.
All right. I want you to read what's in the light blue on the cards, okay?
Are you ready to rock?
Well, hold it. This is not This is not working. When she says, "Are you ready to rock?"
You're supposed to answer.
You're supposed to say, "Yeah." And then she'll say, "Are you ready to roll?" And then you say, "Yeah." Okay, okay. We all have our parts? Okay, here we go.
Are you ready to rock? Yeah! Are you ready to roll? Yeah! Are you ready to hop in the back seat and steam up the windows? Then hello to Glen.
No, hold it. No. They left out a word. Shame on you, cue card department. Then say hello.
Oh.
See?
Okay.
Now you were doing your part absolutely correctly.
I have something for you, too.
You have something for me. Now's not the time to present it. We got to do this. All right. Just put "say" in front of hello.
Then say hello to Glen, Stetson, and the Diamonds.
Okay.
Little darling, oh, where are you? My lover, I was surrounded to try to love the truth. When there's my lover, oh, it's just for you. Mother, I need you to come out and never do wrong, to hold by your little hand. I know too soon all is so grand. Please, oh, my hand, my dear, I was wrong to try to love it. Well, this is my lover, oh, it's just for you.
Thus we recall little darling. That's it. Queen Marian, you have a seat on the couch too, darling. You're in the show.
Well, hi there.
Have you now, Queen? Excuse me, Queen Marian. I know that this is all new to you, but you have to talk into that.
I saw you in Louisville.
That's good. Thank you. You've seen their show.
Sir?
You've seen their show.
Yes, sir. Every time they've been here and in Louisville at the Street Rod Nationals.
Oh, do you work street rod shows?
You betcha. It was the largest street rod show they've ever had. They had like 14,000 cars.
Incredible. That's another angle. I never thought about that. Where they have the 50s rods and you guys go and sing?
Yeah, we had about 17,000 people at the concert, but I mean, I've never seen that many cars in one place. It was incredible. Heck of a show.
Do you work any other unusual venues that are indigenous to the rock and roll era?
Yeah, we're starting to do a lot of sock hop type things.
Are they back? Sock hops?
Oh, they're back in a big way. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of 45 and 46-year-olds out there who are getting into it big time, and so it's a lot of fun for us because they get out there and I mean they really take the shoes off and they have a big time.
Do they wear saddle Oxfords to these things?
Absolutely. There are a couple of chains now, national chains, that are selling Oxfords that you can buy without having to search around for.
Skirts.
I think one of the sneaker companies has got a pair of sneakers out that look like saddle Oxfords.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Incredible. Reebok, I think, has them out. They didn't need the money anyway.
What do these people that come out for these sock hops have they toned down a little bit? Now, see, I remember that era pretty well, and they were pretty wild. They would grab your clothes and grab your hair and try to get a souvenir.
It's not
And
quite
they'd scream
that
like
well.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not quite that well, but for people that age, they really act up.
For people that age.
Well, you know, when you figure,
We're
you're
too
not
old for it.
expecting it from a 45 or 46-year-old to get that
Well,
crazy.
what do you do among your souvenirs you sell on the road? Do you sell iron tonic or something?
No, Geritol.
Huh? That's the same thing.
No, it's
Souvenirs for senior citizens.
that's true. That's true.
Okay, on tonight's show, this goes on. We have Lou Christie, who was on the show with us down at Grand Cayman Island. We have Tommy Sands, and we have the Dixie Cups, and that's all coming up, so stay with us. Now, guest number 2 from you know when. Back in the, they call it the 50s. Well, the 50s and the 60s both. Rock and roll really took hold around the mid-50s, and then this era we call the 50s really spilled over into the 60s of the early rock era. And this gentleman was with us at Grand Cayman Island, and we had a great time down there, and he's back tonight. Would you please welcome Lou Christie?
To me, baby, you gotta understand. You're old enough to know the makings of a man. Listen to me, baby, it's hard to settle down. Am I asking too much for you to stick around? Every boy wants a girl he can trust to the very end. Baby, that's you. Won't you wait? But till then, when I see lips begging to be I can't stop myself. Just taking over my one-track mind. Believe it or not, you're in my heart all the time. All the girls are saying that you'll end up a fool. For the time being, baby, live by my rules. When I settle down, I want one baby on my mind. Forgive and forget, and I'll make up for our last time. If she's put together fine and she's reading my mind, I can't stop. I can't stop myself. In the pines, waiting for us around the bend. Picture in your mind, love forever. But till then, if she's put together fine and she's reading my mind, I can't stop. I can't stop myself.
That is Lou Christie. And I don't know how he does it. Way to go, Lou. Good job. Good job. Lou, meet Queen Marian Fennell there.
This is the queen.
Our rock and roll queen. How do you do that?
I like that crown.
I would think that an evening of singing in that register would really be tough on your throat.
Believe it or not, it's not as hard as it somehow appears, to be. I mean, that's why one of the reasons why I do, though, take care of myself.
It's obviously a falsetto, right?
Yes, but I somehow can't find out where it leaves and takes off into falsetto.
Do you ever have throat problems?
I rarely have throat problems. Yeah, rarely.
You've been singing this way all your life?
Yes. Well, when I was young, when I was before my voice changed, I sang in a.
You mean before we all went on Geritol, according to Glen?
And minoxidil.
Yeah.
Before it changed, I was obviously a soprano. But then when my voice changed around 12, I acquired the low voice and never lost the high voice. And as a matter of fact, I used to sing in choirs and schools and things like that. And my musical director, who was the conductor of the choir, used to say, "Oh my, don't sing like that," because I could vocalize with the sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses. And he says, "You're going to lose your voice within 3 months or 6 months." And here I am.
No, I'm surprised you haven't developed polyps.
I know.
Singing that way.
None.
Where were you raised?
I was raised outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hey.
Pittsburgh.
Pennsylvania is one of the states, one of the key states that supports this show. We get more mail and phone calls from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So I know they're watching tonight.
Big country people.
Well, it's nice to have you with us on the show, Lou.
Thank you. It's nice being back.
Is your name Louis?
Luigi Alfredo Giovanni Sacco. Hey. Luigi for short, or
You picking up on this, Norm?
Hey!
Nashville Now is brought to you tonight by Goodies. The Goodies Extra Strength Formula is the best-selling headache powder in the Southeast and is now available in tablet form. Goodies for fast pain relief. To salute the rock and roll era, I will consult my trusty cards here to tell you about these ladies from New Orleans, Barbara Hawkins and Rosa Hawkins and Dale Michael. Big hits: Chapel of Love, 1964, Iko Iko, 1964-65. Would you please welcome the Dixie Cups?
Chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. chapel of love. Yeah, ooh. Go we to the chapel of love. Go we to the chapel of love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome you to our show. Apparently they liked it.
Thank you very much.
Very good to be here.
Now then, ladies, are you still living in New Orleans?
Yes,
we are.
When we're there, we mostly leave our suitcases.
Now, are these the original Dixie Cups, or is this an extended version?
Oh, no.
Huh?
We're original.
Are you really?
Yes.
You look awfully young to have been singing back there in that.
Well, I started at 9 years
As
old.
the story goes.
Did you ever know Clarence Frogman Henry?
Yes.
I always wanted to meet him. He was a guy with the most graveled voice, or the graveliest, making up a word, voice I ever heard.
And he still has it.
Used to sing Ain't Got No Home.
Right.
And he was from New Orleans. And then, of course, Fats Domino.
Of
Yes.
course.
Uh, Who else was from New Orleans in Frankie Ford?
Aaron Neville, Pete Fountain.
Oh, yeah, but Pete's not a rock and roller, is he?
No.
But was there a hotbed of rock and roll in New Orleans back in the 60s and the 50s?
Well, Fats Domino, I think, was the hottest thing.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah, Fats was hot everywhere.
Yes.
Well, why the Dixie Cups? Because you are from the Deep South?
Yes.
Right.
Land of Dixie.
Land of Dixie.
They still make Dixie Cups?
Yeah.
Of course.
See, I haven't been shopping in a long time for cups. It's nice to have you girls on the show.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a break. You're watching Nashville Now as we salute rock and roll. We'll be right back.
Live from Music City, USA, there's more Nashville Now on the way. You're watching TNN.
On my vacation this year, I went to France, and one of the things I wanted to do was go to the landing beaches in Normandy. And after doing that, seeing the landing beaches, Utah and Omaha and Juneau and Gold and Sword, which were the British beaches, I came home and got out my copy of The Longest Day, a movie about D-Day. And this fellow had a role in that movie, along with an all-star cast. He used to sing a song called Teenage Crush, which was on Capitol Records, as I recall, and was his debut hit. And he's going to sing that tonight. Would you please welcome Tommy Sands?
They call it a teenage crush. They don't know how I feel. They call it a teenage crush. They can't believe this is real. They forgot when they were young and the way they tried to be free. All they say is this young generation, well, it's just not the way that it used to be. I know that I know my own heart, but you say I'm trying to rush. Please don't try to keep us apart. Don't call it a teenage crush. Forgotten when they were young and the way they tried to be free. All they say is this young generation, well, it's just
just not the way that it used to be. But I know that I know my own heart. You say we're trying to rush. Please don't try to keep us apart. Don't call it a teenage crush.
Tommy, come on over. That's Tommy Sands. Tommy, welcome to the show. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Tommy, were you a disc jockey?
I sure was.
Did you ever work with Biff Colley?
Oh, he's one of my best friends, one of my oldest. I don't mean old in his years, I mean a long time.
Hey, we're all old tonight. We're all on Geritol. Well, I'd heard that. Were you a disc jockey in Houston?
I sure was.
With Biff?
Biff gave me my first job as a singer and as a disc jockey. I was about 12 years old, and he used to put me on weekends.
Were you singing country music in those days?
I sure was. I started out singing country and western music, and I finally went into rock and roll when I first met Elvis, and started working with him before he was a big star, and that's how I got into rock.
Excuse me. There's a story there. Where did you meet Elvis?
Well, I met him on New Year's Eve, 1954, and I was working with him, and I was so impressed with him. He became like my big brother and my idol all rolled into one. So we began touring in 54 and 55 all around the South, you know, when he was still on Sun Records. And we were both managed by Colonel Tom Parker.
Okay, then at some point you gravitated to the West Coast, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
How did you get your start in the movies? You got some pretty impressive movie credentials.
Well, I just, like a lot of kids, I just was starstruck, and I saw Elvis go, and I saw him make it, and so I went out there and tried it myself.
Well, in those days, when you had a major hit like Teenage Crush, did that was that a stepping stone to the movies?
Well, what happened was that I was out in California and nothing happened. And one night, did I hear a laugh there? That's a story of a lot of people anyway. And one night, I was just about to join the Army, and I got a call from Colonel Tom Parker. And he said, they've written a show for Elvis, that they began it about 1.5 years ago. By the time they finished it, which was last week, we're too big for it. They can't afford him. So they've looked through about 400 actors and singers. They can't find anybody. I'm going to fly you to New York and audition and get the part, or don't ever speak to me again.
So did you get the part?
Yes, sir.
What was the part?
It was the singing idol, and Teenage Crush was the song on that show.
Worked out pretty well.
That was
You were also in, you were in Ensign Pulver, right?
Ensign Pulver, mm-hmm. Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nichols?
Mm-hmm. Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Okay.
That was the remake of Mr. Roberts.
That's what's confusing to me. Ensign Pulver was a character in Mr. Roberts.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Then you were in a movie called Ensign Pulver.
Right, which was like the remake, or the sequel to.
Okay. Tommy, it's nice to see you.
Well, it's great to be
Heard a great deal about you from Biff over the years.
Oh, and if you see him, and I don't get to see him this trip, please give him my love.
I think Biff is very proud of your success and the fact that he hired you. You know.
Neat guy, he really is.
We'll be back. You're watching Nashville now. Before I go back to the show, I've checked with Queen Marian Fennell, our rock and roll queen of the night, selected at the beginning of the show. She's sitting on the couch next to Lou Christie, here conversing with all the stars. Tommy Sands, have you met Queen Marian Fennell? Yes. And then Barbara, have you met the Queen? Good, yes. Good. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Having a good time?
Yes.
Anything you want to know about any of these people?
I'm finding it all out.
Oh, okay. You're probably learning more than I am over here. Okay, with that in mind, Queen Marian, let's all sit back here and watch the Diamonds.
Oh, my love, my darling, I've hung
hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time will do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. No, I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. And I'll be coming home. Wait for me, my love, my darling. I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time will do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. Oh, I need your love. Godspeed your love to me.
That's terrific. Says Tennessee Ernie had the habit of saying that's stronger than a garlic milkshake. That's terrific. Thank you very much. Oh, that's good. Nashville Now is brought to you by Maxwell House Coffee. Right from that first fresh aromatic cup in the morning, Maxwell House Coffee always tastes rich, cup after cup. Maxwell House Coffee, always good to the last drop. Glen Stetson is making old jokes on the couch. You said Tommy Sands is so old he's public domain?
That's what I heard tonight, yes.
Oh.
I'm 74.
Are you?
I don't look too bad for
You
74.
look pretty good for the shape you're in. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to have a song, and then I'm going to go out and meet some of the folks who are in our audience tonight. But prior to that, here again is Lou Christie.
Whisper secrets to tender nights before they fly. A falling star that seems too bright. Your baby doesn't want you anymore. It's over. Breaks your heart in two to know she's been untrue. But oh, what will you do when she says to you, there's someone new, we're through. Of love you share would always be. There'd be no coming day to shine the morning light and make you realize the night is over. And if she knew just how you really feel, she might return. And yet there are so many times that people have to learn and then forget. There might have been a way. You have to force yourself to say it's over. It's over. Your baby doesn't love you anymore. It's over, it's over, it's over. It's
Boy, Lou, that's terrific. Wow. What a workout. Lou Christie. Good job, Lou. Boy, these guys are working hard tonight to make you folks happy. These guys are terrific. Let me see. Killer, we have a complaint. Where is Walter Mellenbacher? Where are you, Walter? Walter said that he and his wife were here on their honeymoon last... Come down here, Walter, would you please? You were here on your honeymoon last year? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you were chosen in the audience segment, and we didn't give you your prize.
No.
You didn't... You said, we did not get a gift from the killer. What did we do that night in the audience?
You weren't here.
Oh, I wasn't?
No.
Well, that's... I mean, I leave town and he goes a little crazy. Who was here that night?
Jerry Clower.
I see. Well, things do get a little crazy when Jerry Clower... What did you do with Jerry Clower? That's the reason you didn't get a gift.
Oh, okay.
What's your wife's name?
Connie.
Connie. Stand up, Connie. Oh, my. She's pretty. Walter? Yeah, that's my first name. Walter. NCAA Final Four. Did I put too many A's in that? Anyway, did you go to the NCAA Final Four?
No.
Just, you're like Whitehurst. You just wear free clothes, don't you?
Yeah.
Tonight, Killer, I'd like to make it up to them. There's a hat. and a couple of T-shirts. I guess she needs a hat, too, and a belt buckle.
Okay.
I mean, look at the interest you have on your gift.
Thanks.
Nice to see both of you. Thank you, darling. Excuse me, I just thought of something. You were here on your honeymoon? When is your wedding anniversary? December the 19th. Okay, so we're not quite 1 year old yet, are we? I'm sorry? 10 months today. Okay, she knows. But you didn't see him speak up. You know who's going to be in trouble on December the 19th? Him. Where is, I've just got the little cards here. I'm looking for people. Mike and Helen Peters. Oh, right here. Stand up, please. Hiya, Mike. No. You have to turn around that way, Mike. They'll never see you. See the little red light?
Sure do.
Where are you from?
Lutherville, Maryland.
And you, Helen?
Same. I better be. I'm his wife, Lutherville, Maryland.
Oh, I thought you were out with another one. Excuse me.
Not after 50 years.
Not after 50 years. I understand this is your 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. It's interesting where you find country roots. Tommy Sands was telling me that he used to sing with Farron Young on the Louisiana Hayride. That was back before Teenage Crush. The beat goes on. Here again is Tommy Sands.
The beat goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm to my brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. Gyro spin was what's the rage, History has turned a page, Then it skirts the current thing, Gene Barber is a newborn king, The beat goes on, the beat goes on, the beat goes on, and the beat goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm to my brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. Grocery stores, supermarket. Little girls still break their hearts, Men still keep on marching off to war. Hey, electrically, we keep the World Series score. And the beat goes on. The beat goes on. The beat goes on and on and on. The beat goes on. And the beat goes on. Yeah, the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. And the beat goes on and on and on. The beat goes on.
Sometimes I pick the card of the night. Somehow I missed this one. This is great. Killer just gave me this. I love this sign that somebody made. This is, that, you could use this in your club. Nashville is wild. These people are, I guess, from Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, but that's terrific. Good bit of artwork there. Okay, we are doing a rock and roll oldies show tonight, and we've got a couple of additional songs to do, and we're going to go back to the Dixie Cups.
cause he'll kill you dead. Jagamopinade, talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Jagamopino, anane, jagamopinade. See that guy all dressed in green, aiku, aiku, ande. He's not a man, he's a laughing machine. Jagamopinade, talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Aiku, aiku, ande. Jagamopino, anane, jagamopinade. My playboy and your playboy were sitting by the fire. My playboy told your playboy, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I do, I did. Oh, Jagamopino, I got it. Jagamopino, I did.
Rose is doing a little bit of second line right now, which is a dance done during Mardi Gras. They follow the parade and make a second line. Why don't you give her a little hand? She's looking kind of good.
When the saints go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in.
All right, girls. I would recommend that for those of you who are trying to take off weights. That's pretty good exercise. We're going to do some dates. Could someone push the monitor back to the point where we can see it? First of all, I want to talk to Glen Stetson about what is going to happen tomorrow evening, Thursday night, at the Grand Ole Opry House.
We have a brand new rock and roll show out that's called Rock and Roll Palace, and we are now on a tour doing a series of shows for the it's for kind of the Wish Foundation, Give Kids the World, and it benefits terminally ill kids. And tomorrow night at the Opry House we have all of these people here, and Frankie Ford and the Drifters and Little Anthony and Rockin' Robin, who's with us tonight. And
Rockin' Robin, the band, you mean?
Yep.
Okay. Rockin' Robin has, we've had a combination of the Rockin' Robin band and the Nashville Now band.
Right.
So the tour features all of you guys, the Drifters, Frankie Ford, who sings Sea Cruise.
Right. Little Anthony.
Little Anthony
is with us.
And he was on this show recently. So you'll be at the Opry House tomorrow evening at what time?
7:30.
And half the money, I'm told, half of the proceeds go to the Give the Kids the World.
Give Kids the World, that's right.
Which is for terminally ill children. And there are various forms of this organization, Dream Makers, Wish Makers,
right.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we urge all of you to come out. Let's do a few dates in the remaining time that we have. Who else do we have? Okay, Glenn, give me your dates.
Well, we'll be in the Bahamas. The Diamonds will be in the Bahamas late October till about November the 2nd. We're opening a brand new rock and roll, Little Darling's Rock and Roll Palace down there.
Okay.
And then we'll be at the North Florida Fair in Tallahassee 4, 5, and 6 in November. And then up in New York City as well, we're opening another Little Darlings there. We'll be there. Lou will be there. Tommy will be there. The girls will be there.
Tommy Sands, where are you working?
Well, I'm going to be at Minnesota on the 15th, 16th, and 17th of this month.
Minneapolis?
Minneapolis, yes, sir. And then I'm going to Little Darlings. Glen is my manager, and so I'll be...
So you'll also be on the Freeport date?
Down in the Bahamas, yes. I'll be there for New Year's Eve and for New Year's week.
Okay, I need to take a break. We'll be right back to Nashville Now. It's David Holt, brought to you by the Discover card. And Dixie Cups, when I was doing dates, no, I didn't forget. No, I had a cue to cut it off and go to something else. I understand the Dixie Cups are going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yes. Right.
October the 29th.
Correct.
November 1 through the 4th, Los Angeles.
Correct.
Where?
I'm not sure. Somewhere. They don't give us
I hope
that
you don't get lost in the fog out there.
Hope
The
not.
11th of November, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
And the
All right.
17th of November, Pensacola, Florida.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. And Queen Marian Fennell, who has been our rock and roll queen all evening. Are you working anywhere?
Yes, sir. I have a rod run this weekend at the Days Inn at Old Hickory Boulevard with my fella.
You going to go? Are you going out to do rod shows?
No, they just come for the rod run, and it's ours, so we get to work. But it's the best one there is, so.
Where's it going to be?
At the Days Inn on Old Hickory Boulevard.
Okay, this is a collection of old cars.
For the old cars, pre-48.
Okay, we have Alton Odom to thank for the 46 Ford we're using tonight, the big yellow car. And Jim May to thank for the 34 Chevy and they are members apparently of the Shade Tree Street Rods Association. And they provided the two cars we're using on the set tonight. Now, let's go one more time with the Diamonds.
I took a walk and past your house late last night. All the shades were full of drawn way down tight from within the dim light. Cast two silhouettes on the shade. Oh, what I love the couple they put his arms around your waist, held you tight, kisses I could almost taste in the night. Wonder why I'm not the guy whose silhouettes in the shade I couldn't hide. The tears in my eyes, silhouette, 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 silhouette. I lost control and rang your bell. I was so let it be hinder, else I'll be down your door. I met two strangers who had been two silhouettes on the shade. Said to my eyes shot, you're on the wrong line. I rushed down to your house with wings on my feet. Loved you like I never loved you, my sweet. Vowed that you and I would be two silhouettes on the shade all of our days. Two silhouettes on the shade. Yeah, yeah. Silhouette, 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 I do. Silhouette, 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 I do. Two silhouettes on the shade.
What a night! Our rocking 50s and 60s night here at Nashville Now. Let me tell you that tomorrow night on our show, we'll have the Moody Brothers, Big Al Downing, David Sugar, and comedian Susan Norfleet. Tonight, we want to thank the Diamonds, Lou Christie, Tommy Sands, the Dixie Cups, and Queen Marian Fennell. And that's our show. We're out of time. Good night, everybody.
concert-style performances in the comfort of your own home, sit back and view today's top country talent as they premiere tunes from their most recent albums, and it happens nightly on New Country, next on the Nashville Network.